Howdy YouTube, this is Rain208. I haven't done a lot of videos lately because summer, usually with a lot of friends, they're not really fond of cameras being brought out. Risk of them getting wet and broke. So, I wanted to do a video on pre-ice fishing setup. By pre-ice fishing setup is, by my definition, getting your ice fishing equipment set up, getting it ready for ice fishing. Now it can change throughout the year once you're getting ready for ice fishing season, but you pretty much will have your stuff all ready. All you would have to do is just put it in your vehicle or walk down to your local lake or pond or river, whichever one it is. So I'll be going over prep work, ideal locations for your items to be put in. This is just my opinion. You guys can do whatever you want, but without further ado, here we go. Okay, I've set these things up solely by items. We'll start off with the augers. I have two augers. One is a 8-inch auger and the other one is a 6-inch. I mainly will use the 6-inch for when I'm fishing for perch and bluegill. I'll go up to the 8-inch when I'm using my tip-ups for pike. Next we also have a chisel, or a spud some people call them. Totally just used for testing the waters. Next we go on to the tip-ups. I have two designs. Each one is set up for different fish. You got your horizontal, I think. I just usually call it the fish tip-up because it's, well, yeah, you get the picture. And they store pretty easily. You get your regular old-fashioned wooden tip-ups. This one I've got set. I can change it from perch to pike. This one's designed just for perch. This is my pike one. I will not use anything else but pike for this one. Now here's also a good tip. Whenever you have ladles, don't buy the plastic handle ladles. I will emphasize this enough. Right in here, every time you buy a plastic one, if you get too much ice in it, snap. Go with the metal. Or you go with this fella. This is a Northland ice scoop. I love it to death. It's for my size 6 auger. Pretty much goes down the hole, opens up, scoop out the ice. Good thing about it, you have a place where you have to have a certain size fish. It has a measuring device on it. Hopefully you can get up to this size. I only have one pole holder. I plan on getting more this upcoming year. Now, we'll go over the poles. Which ones are for what, and everything. I've got my 3 little HT poles. Small, simple, good starter poles for little ones who don't know how to fish real well. This one has a little holder on it, so it sits like that instead of them sitting on the ice. Now these, they work pretty good for catching your perch. You don't want to go up to catfish or bass because they're just going to break. This one I can probably get away with a 2-pound trout, but I don't want to tempt it. Okay. Most of the lines will be going from 2 to 6 pound, maybe more. This one, I've got a little teaser rig. It's kind of a finesse one. You get your little jig, tip it with all sorts of bait, up to a flasher. Mainly we'll use this for perch. That's what I solely search with. Now you can change the jig out. If you want to go with a smaller size jig, you can go to a little smaller, just size comparison for you. Then you go up to your finesse rig, and by finesse I mean finesse. You got a pull that's very wobbly. Just barely moving it will cause it to twitch. I will set with a 2-pound test and fish it for the finicky bluegills and crappies. Now go up to this one. This one, if I can get it untangled. I'll use this one for bass and trout and catfish because I've caught them on it, so I can trust it. I'll set with 4 to 6 pounds on that. Works pretty good. And you got your other finesse rod, which is a little bit stronger, but not by much. I'll set with 4 pound on this one because it's a little stronger. You can change out the jigs, whatever. You'll notice that I don't have very much close bill reels. I only have 2 of them. Reason being, I hate them. But some of the friends I fish with, they can't fish without them. So I accommodate them. Now it's also a good practice in case one of your rods break, you have some backups that don't have any little stuff on them. No reels. You can switch your reel out, put it on them, continue fishing. And then you got the rods that are backups in case somebody wants to join you and you already got all your rods out. Little bag here is actually full of all your tackle. I recommend these bags because they just fit right on your back. You just got your 2 straps. They don't take up much room. You can just stuff them to the brim. Okay, down the list, you go with get yourself a good shelter. This is a pack shack. Little lawn chair with a shelter piece onto it. I love this. I can put 2 holes, just like drill one and then the other, cover it up, have my tackle in the middle with the bucket, have an underwater camera down the hole, and I can fish by myself. Now for sleds, I love this one. It's a little Jet Sled Junior, and surprisingly enough, all of that fits into that. That you can put on your back because it has a strap, and it works. So, how would most people fill these up? I will start off by simply going over here and grabbing the 2 big pieces. The augers. Why? Because they're going to take up your most room. You want to get them out of the way so that you can get everyone situated. I've found that it works best to not have the blades in the corners. Because when you're going down a hill, if you got the blades facing there, the handle's facing forward, and it's going to get hit. So, quite simply, lay the biggest one down first, then your smallest. Sometimes vice versa, depending on the size. Now these sleds do come in bigger sizes. As you can see, both these augers are extended to their full length. The blue one will never compact like the silver one. As you can see, there is a good size right there. Now we go over to the spud. Same thing. Put the far end just like those. That way, when you're going down a hill, they're behind you and not getting hit. You take your tip ups and your ladles plus your pole holder. Pole holder down. them all underneath the augers because they're going to take the most beating. You want your pulls in last. Set them up however you want. I'll usually grab 4 at a time and just put them in. Always point the tips forward. You got all that weight in the front. You want to even it out by putting your weight, which is the reels, in the back. This also helps in keeping the mess of, like, let's say if you have a bunch of fish, you've got them all in the front and not having to worry. Now the tackle bag I won't be putting in fully because this is also my summer setup, but just for examples, I put them right there in the front. Because once you got all this set up, you want to grab it quick. Last but not least, you grab your pack shack. If you're feeling lazy and you don't want to carry it, boom. There you go. This is Rain 208, signing out.